your answers. Back to Hybropsyche or Steve. We've played Human from the second album, which is By Night. What do you do with your tracks then, Steve? Do you sell them? What's been happening to them?
At the moment, it's been a case of getting CDs printed, and I've obviously had a handful that I've given, sold or sold off or given to people that that I know, if you like, in a sort of like vain hope that they might promote me in some way. But also they're obviously on MySpace as well. There are obviously certain tracks from there. Can you just remind the listeners of your MySpace? Obviously www.myspace.com/Hybropsyche. That's HYB for Bravo, ROPSYCHE. So yeah, they're on there, and I'll try not to say obviously anymore. And there's a link on there on the Friends to DVNC, which is DVNC Music, where you can buy them from if you so desire. So yeah, they're based there, and along with a load of other bands at DVNC Music. I don't know what the actual website address to DVNC itself, but if you go through Hybropsyche, that's always a good idea.
Yeah, so they'll have a link in there.
Yeah, www.myspace.com/Hybropsyche. And DVNC is on there.
Right, check that out. So you're currently doing the third album, which is the Healthy New Day album.
Yeah.
And how many songs have you got so far for this album?
Right, we've actually got all of them roughly, if you like. I need to go down there and in a lot of cases get the EQs and effects and everything right, and also in some cases to redo certain parts, because I've tried to record at home, and it's a bit difficult to be able to do that at home. Especially vocals. I'm not very. Because I'm in a mid-terraced house, it's not very easy to be able to let yourself go with your headphones on, especially if you're doing harmonies and your neighbours are wondering what the heck are you singing. Yeah. That's something I'll be going down there next month, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Well, the title of this, the third album, Healthy New Day, is very much different from the other two, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like By Night. So, is it more of a positive album than the last two?
It's.
Was there any reason for it at all?
Because I think if anybody, most people would probably top the sense if they heard another album like the last two. No, the great one, I suppose, was the aggressive one. By Night was. Although not all the way through, had some sort of serious or cynical or whatever songs in it. I mean, there are other aspects of Night in there, but so Healthy New Day, I wanted to just do something that spoke in a good cop approach to these feelings that people like us get from time to time. People in or other disadvantaged groups as well. And just as a better approach, basically it says, Healthy New Day, it said, yes, there are nasty elements out there, but try to be positive and go out there and basically find your place in the world, if you like, because it's always, one can be in a situation where you're looking at the world from inside somewhere because you don't go out, and the world outside is looking great and almost welcoming, but it's just making that step, and that's what I'm hoping to sort of achieve in the Healthy New Day album. There are still There's the odd sort of sarcastic song in there, which I haven't brought because unless if we were going to play this after the Watershed, I would have brought that one. But, so that was a song called Mr. Ruddy Chirpy, which is about those kind of the do-gooding type of
people,
guys that sort of think they're so funny and they think they're meaning well, and they just turn out to be really irritating, and they don't really listen, if you know what I mean, and they're just a bit full of themselves, and that song actually does bring them down. Hopefully does bring those kind down a peg or two, or at least other people are listening to it in that situation, being in that situation, say, yeah, I know exactly the kind of person you mean there.
Right, and the track that we'll be playing in a moment is called, I'll let you do the honors.
It's called And That Is Why Mahal Guitar.
And for the listeners who don't know what you've just said, apart from And That Is Why, you just explain what the other two words are.
Mahal Guitar is Tagalog language for, dare I say it, I love you, which is probably the only from the heart love song you'll ever get out of me. And
Tagalog, can you just explain what Tagalog is?
Tagalog is the national Philippines language.
That's right.
Rather than because there are lots of dialects, aren't there? But that's the national one. If you went to Manila, that's what you would hear.
Okay, so let's play this and
right. Can we'll just warn them that the quality isn't brilliant yet. No, it's really rough. It needs the vocals do need doing again as well. So it's a very rough version.
All right.
I'm reminded of the times when we were far from here, sharing moments over space and time. Until we met, I knew there was no one that I could find in my own world who I would hold so high. Then there we were in Agadir nights, though I'm still unsure, felt things were going right. Show me what you can be. You bring the magic to my stuck world. When home has gone outside, you bring it home. And that is why my heart guitar